Hey friends, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. So I think it's official. I think I actually do have a sinus infection. I discovered that today. So yeah, it wasn't in my head. I wasn't making stuff up. There's something definitely going on. And my husband and I, my poor husband and I, if he's not coughing in the middle of the night, I'm coughing in the middle of the night. It's like as soon as you say, ooh, let's go to bed, you start coughing. It's just, I mean, I tell you what, as soon as he would fall asleep, I would cough. I would fall asleep, he would cough. It's just the way, I guess it's just the way it is. But we will get better. I have faith we will get better. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and film another video for you guys. Hopefully, I won't be coughing too much. I've got everything prepped and ready, so I won't have to do a whole lot of talking, but I am going to make some stuff with you as well. This is the this is the Magical Winter mini album that we're currently making. It's using the Simply Magical Portrait in the Ornament Background Design and the Simply Magical Enhancement Pack in the Ornament Background Design. And the Winter Ornament paper collection, digital paper collection that's available in my Etsy shop. I have a special list, a collections list that I made for this project, and everything that I'm using from my Etsy shop is in that list. So you can go down in the description box or the first comment pinned under this video, and it'll say collections list. Hit that link and it'll take you to Etsy, and it'll show you all of the things that I'm using from my Etsy shop right there in one click. So you can see exactly what I'm using. So if you don't have it or you want it, you can get it easily. There is also a playlist for this album. I will link it up here in the cards and down below in the description box, and it starts with the introduction to the templates, then we make the workbook, and then we go on with the covers and so on and so forth. Don't forget that we are also doing a giveaway during this project. So at the end of this project, I'm going to be picking 2 videos at random from this playlist, and then we're going to be picking random comments from those videos, and 2 people are going to win full collections from 2016, which is now 9 years ago. Holy moly, 9 years. Oh, my leaf fell off. It was just laying there. I wonder where that came from. Oh, it was pitiful. What else? There's also an Amazon list for this project, and it's all linked down below, but I try to put everything I use in the Amazon list as best I can so you can check it out. And then there's tape resources and magnet resources and so on and so forth down there in the description box. There's lots of information down there, so do check it out. Okay, so this is what we did in the last video, and I think we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to, the next set of pages is these 2, and then they've got these 2 middle pockets, but what we're going to focus on today is this part and this part. So I think it'll be super cute. We're going to kind of do a mirroring thing like we did with the page setup itself. Okay, so let me show you what I have printed for that already. So what I did was I used the mat for the main base page, which is page P25, and then the mat for, no, not that one, and then the mat for this page, P9, which is page P27. I used this mat and this mat together and traced it onto the paper that I printed out, and I'm going to explain that in just a second. So here is the paper that I chose. So this is the 8.5 by 11 PDF, and this is what the normal size is. Well, I wanted a smaller scale of the ornaments, so what I did was I took the 13 by 19 PDF and I printed it onto an 8.5 by 11. So this is printed on cardstock, but actually you could have printed this on paper because we're just matting the pages with these. So you could have printed this on paper instead of cardstock, but I'd already printed it and I wasn't going to reprint it. So you see the difference in the scale of the ornaments. So this is much smaller and this is bigger, obviously. So I printed 2 of these, and then what I did was for one side of the page, let me see here. For one part, this part here, no, for this side here, no, hang on, yeah. For this side here, I traced this side of the page. So what we're going to do is we're going to be matting a continuous pattern across these two pages like that. And then for the other side, this first page, I did the other side of the page. So I'm using this set of ornaments for the front part of this page setup, and then the other set of ornaments for the back part. So we're going to have a continuous page setup, continuous flow of design on this side as well. So that's super simple. And then we've got these two strips of ornaments that we could use on another page, or we could fussy cut it, or there's all kinds of stuff we can do with these little bits left over. So okay, so there is that. So that was pretty easy. I'm going to stick this back on here. So I remember that that is a 13 by 19 print on an 8.5 by 11. I did leave it where it was fit to page. So if you unclick fit to page, I think it makes it more narrow. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I did leave it fit to page. So it filled up the page. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and mat all four of these pieces really quick, and I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac. You could use art glitter glue if you wanted, but I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac. It's kind of what's been sitting here. I need to refill my art glitter glue. Oh, I also inked, so I traced these, cut them out, and then I inked them up all around the edges so that there was no white edge. Alright, so I'm just going to put this on here. Okay, so now that both of these are matted, right? And so there's the center part that we're not going to be messing with right now. So these are both matted and they're kind of mirroring each other. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something to this. And I've already done this side, but we're going to do the exact same thing for this side. Okay, so here's what we're going to put there. So I've made this little what is this called? Embellishment. Photo mat pocket embellishment. So there's a pocket here. And you could put a 4x6 photo on there. A 4x6 will fit perfectly onto here. And then a 3x4 will fit onto here. Oops. And then, what size is this? I'll show you everything in just a second. So then you could do like a 1 3/4 by 2.5 inch photo on here. So this is kind of like one of those Instat photo sizes. So I've made this into a pocket, right? So this is using the Photomats Essentials 2, and then on the back side, I have also made this into a pocket, but I've kind of left it plain because I don't know if I want to put anything in here yet. But here's also the little bonus part here of this. Let me see if I can't get this to, you know, I like things to be cattywonked. And then there's one of my labels. And then this is one of the trees from when we printed this piece out here. So this is just one of the trees from that same page. So watch, it's going to be magnetized to here. So I stuck a magnet in between here. And then there was a magnet here. And so that'll just stick right there. So we're going to do the same thing to this side. What was funny is I didn't check to make sure there was a magnet here, because the magnet for this one's like up here. But there is a magnet down here, so we are going to still be able to do it. I just didn't check. I can't believe I didn't check. But anyway, so we're going to do this, except we're going to do it for this side. And that's what it looks like when it's closed, or when that part's open. So isn't that cute? It's extremely, it's visually pleasing to me in my mind. So you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. Okay, so let me show you what I've used. First, I'm gonna show you what I printed off. So out of the Photomats Essentials 2, which is in my collections list, this is the book that I made to hold my Photomats Essentials 2. I printed off, let's see, page 1, which is this one. I printed this one on cardstock, so I did the black version. And then I printed page 12 off. And this is the vintage version. It's got the scripty vintage feel to it. This is page 12, and I printed this onto paper, just like 28-pound paper. And then this one, page 29, I printed onto cardstock. So this one was kind of like a bonus sheet. This one was actually included in another set of templates a long time ago. But I wanted to include it in the Photomats Essentials because it's different sizes, and it's just fun to have all these different sizes. So this is the one that we're going to use for another one of the inserts. Actually, I think I've already got one printed. Let me, instead of cutting into this, let me see if I can find one. I just wanted to show you. Is this it right here? No, I don't think that's it. Maybe I'll have to cut into it. Oh no. I don't think that's it. That's that one over there. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to cut into this page, so that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and cut it away from the page now. And while I'm sitting here thinking about it, let me just cut these in half, and then I can cut them out later and put them in there. Okay. So we needed those. And then the tree, there's one more tree left from that page that we printed from last video. Well, that's not true. There's the giant tree left, but then there's this one as well. So this is the last smaller tree. So I have inked it up, and I fussy cut the bottom out just a little bit more, and we're going to use this one. So you can see that it's a little bit bigger than that one, but that's okay. I'm totally fine with it, and we're going to be having it shown on this side. We might have to cut a little bit off even. So then we're going to be using that. And one more thing, we need a label from the rectangle labels that we are using. And I'm pretty sure this is the small. So out of the rectangle labels, there are small, medium, large. Well, here, I can check. I can just check right now. I have a black and white version. Yep. So this is the small size, and I'm using the purpley color. All right. So that's all the printed things that we need. And I want to go ahead and do this before I forget. I'm going to stamp. So from my stamp set that, again, is currently available during the time of this filming, I'm going to use the Our Story, this, whoa, Glare City, this little Our Story right here. I'm going to stamp that. I have the stamp set linked below, there we go, at May's website, and I'm going to stamp Our Story. So I'm going to get my Stress Oxide ink out. I've just got it on a block here. Use what you got, and then I'm going to try not to get my head in the way, and I'm just going to stamp. Actually, let me scoot you in because I'm going to do a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit of water too in just a second. So that way you can see it. Can you see that? I'm going to try to get in the center, but if not, you guys forgive me because I can't get my head over top of it. Oh, it's not even, it's blurry. Come on. There we go. The glare was making it. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's okay. Okay. So I'm going to take a water brush. This is just one I've got sitting over here. You could use whatever water brush you want. It's got just a teeny little bit of water in it. And I'm just going to take and just kind of like graze the edge because I like the way that it makes it look vintage-y looking or 3D looking. So I'm just going to kind of like activate the ink really, and just to give it a cool extra something. Right? Did you see how that worked? Did you see how that, I didn't look up, so I don't know if you could tell that that's what happened. But it just kind of blurred it a little bit, but not. Made it gave it like a shadow. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. All right, let me ink this up a little bit. Okay. All right, let me scooch out. Whoop, wrong way. Okay, so we're going to set these aside. I'm going to cut this one out really quick. So what I'll do is I'll get everything ready and then I'll ink everything at the same time. So there's that one. Okay, let's do this one. This one's super, super, super easy. So this is page 12. And I'm just going to fold it right there. So there's 2 to a page. Or, I'm sorry. There's 4 to a page. So the other ones I already did. We're down here. Okay. I don't know if I said that earlier. But, anywho, I'm just going to fold this in half. We're going to make this a double-sided photo mat. You can, if you want, you could stamp a 3x4 on here if you want to. I didn't think to do that on the other one, but you don't have to. It's totally up to you. And then I'm just going to glue it together. I'm going to glue it first, and then I will trim it out. And I know it looks like I add a lot of glue, but I really don't. I'm just kind of like squeezing a little bit out and then kind of pulling it across the surface. If you guys have been with me for a while, a long time, you know I've done that for years and years and years, and it looks like there's a lot of glue, but there really isn't. It's just spread out. And of course my camera doesn't want to focus on white. I'm trying to see if I can get it to, no, I can't get it to show you. But either way, you all know what I mean. If you're using art glitter glue, you don't need to use much of that or any white glue. Just barely go around the edges if you want. Oops, got a little seepage. Just rub that off. Okay, and then, where'd my scissors go? I'm going to, normally I would trim this with a paper trimmer, but I don't want to grab it. I don't want to get it out right now. Okay, so then there's that one. We still need to ink that up. Okay, so then this one, we're going to, let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to fold it in half, I think. Oh, I think we're actually going to, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. We're actually going to score it, I think. If I can get it right on the money here. Nope. Need to stay right there in the center. Oh, that was good. Okay. So with this particular one, there is a tiny gap between the two, but ink is your best friend. So we will be able to disguise that. We'll be able to disguise that. Oops, I went through the paper there. No problem. Okay, so I'm going to burnish this. And I don't normally, I'm actually going to get my paper trimmer out. Shoot. I don't normally glue this one together yet because, I don't normally. What am I saying? What am I saying? So this time we're going to cut it. I'm not sure what I'm saying. I think I'm losing my mind. We're going to trim it out first before we glue. And there's a reason for that. Let me put that over there. Okay. So now we've got a, you could leave it as a booklet if you want to. If you didn't want it pockets, you could leave it as a booklet. Okay. So, one of the things, before we do anything else, this is how I ended up getting the magnets to match up, to get the magnet on here, you know, on the inside of here, in order for it to fit where I want it to fit on this page. I'm showing you my process here. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over like that. It's folded, but the outside's now on the inside. And I'm going to grab my magnets. This is just a stack of magnets that I have, you know, in my drawer. And so, okay, so now I know that there is a magnet. Oh, there's two magnets. Oh, wait a second. Whoa. That tape's coming off there, or that backing. So, where's the magnet at then? There's two magnets. Interesting. Oh, it's going, okay. We're going to go off of this side, I think. Because it won't be able to reach that one in the long run. We need to, yeah. Okay. So I put it over here. So the magnet that it's grabbing onto is the one that's going through here. And it doesn't affect anything else over there. So now I'm going to leave that there as the pile, as a little pile. Actually, it doesn't need to be that big. Let me take some of those off. I'm going to take one of those big glue dots and I'm going to go on top of that magnet beep, to add the glue dot to the top of that little pile there. And then I'm going to take and place my, I'm just going to have to eyeball it. Place this where I think I'm going to be wanting it to be. It's hard because I can't get my head over top of it, but that's okay. It's okay. How about right there? I don't know if that's, if it's not perfect, it'll be okay. Okay, so I've laid that down onto the magnet, and then I'm going to slide the whole pile of magnets off and slide everything except the one that's stuck down to my page. So there it is. It is stuck to the page. So, right, so we got that. And all I'm thinking about, I'm going to put a piece of tape, excuse me, on here so that it doesn't move. Somebody asked me how I keep my cardboard on the inside of my 1/8 inch tape. I don't. There's no cardboard there. It's gone. I got tired of fighting it, so I just got rid of it. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down. Burnish. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take a craft mat. I'm going to flip my page back over. I'm going to take a ruler. And I'm going to take a craft knife and I'm going to slice this open. On both sides. Just so you have that option if you want to have pockets on both sides. Take a second and I'm just going to ink that little edge there. Okay, so now we've got those both sliced. So I'm going to flip it over this way and I'm going to find a piece of scrap paper. Hang on, I should have grabbed a piece of scrap paper before I turned the camera on. I'm just looking for a piece of paper, not a piece of cardstock. Hold on. Well, this might be big enough. Here's a piece of scrap paper from something. Oh, it'll be big enough. Okay, so this is just 28-pound paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of measure it to fit inside. I don't know if that's good enough or not. A little bit more. Inside like that. I may have cut it a little short, but that's okay. But first I'm going to take and I'm going to ink this up just a little so that it's not stark white. I'm going to ink it up on both sides. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to apply glue to the top of one of these pockets. Just pick a pocket. And pick a side, you know, and just put a little bit of glue right there. And then you just want to lay this down like that. So what you've basically done is you've created a barrier between this pocket and this pocket. So now I'm going to take my, actually let me take the tape backing off here real quick. Now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to go all around the edges here like this. White glue might be better for something like this because you can get a skinnier line than you can with the Clever Tack. Do that. Then I'm going to come on top of the pocket like that. I'm going to go around the magnet. I'm just going to add a little bit more glue. And we're going to close it up. Make sure that gets stuck down. This is stuck. Make sure I didn't get any glue on the back of that. Okay, so I'm going to take it. Oh, there's the magnet. I'm going to smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. If you get any glue anywhere else, just rub it off. Okay, so let me make sure I know which way's up. Okay, so this is going to be the top part. So I need to actually, I'm going to mark it with a little dot right here so I don't get myself confused. All right, now I'm going to ink all these pieces up. These are already inked. I'm going to ink 3 photo mats up that I just did. Okay, so everything is inked up. Oops, you hear my dog? So this is the front part. So we're going to have a photo mat here, inserted, and then we're going to attach these. And I think I'm going to end up cutting a little bit of this off. So let's do it like this. Let's go through and just make a different outline here. Boop, boop. We're just making a small adjustment. So I basically just took that much off so that I can have it closer to this side without it really sticking over. So you can just make those adjustments yourself. Easy, easy. Actually, let's make more adjustments. There we go. So let me ink those up real quick. So this is going to go like here. So I'm just going to put glue on the bottom. You know, I probably should have inked the back side of the other one too, just in case, but that's okay. Just we're just gluing the bottom. We're going to stick this on here like that. Let me make sure there's no glue. Whoop! Got to give it a minute to dry though. Make sure there's no glue seepage. Okay. Does that look right? Yeah. And then we're going to take our little label. This is on cardstock. And oops, I'm going to put some glue on one side. My glue's overfloweth, and down the bottom. And I'm going to stick this right here. Okay, so did I make a glue mess? No, it's not too bad. Not too bad. So there's the other one. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So this one, obviously, is going to go here, like that. So now we have two mirror images, and they are both removable. So then you could also put a 4x6 photo here. You could put two 3x4 photos on each side if you want to, like landscape version. You could leave it blank. You could put a place for journaling. You could do whatever you wanted underneath that removable photo mat pocket. So, all right, you guys, what do you think? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to try it. And don't forget to leave a comment, of course, to enter into the giveaway. And make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.